Hey everybody, it's Jeff and I'm back with another video. I've played this game before, but I just felt like playing it again. It is Magic Sword for the Super NES. So let's go in here and we'll check the options. What do we got? See if they're set the way I left them. Yeah, easy, of course, right? Exit. Start. Okay. Start at the beginning. Alright, now I know I'm going to hit the button to use my stupid power right off, and there it is. But I've got infinite of those powers, so it's fine. Okay, there's your fireball, there's your sword, there's your jump. Okay. Now I've got one hit kill, so that's good. You know, you can take these out. Now, you know what's weird? The graphics on the arcade one, like if you're playing MAME, they look better. But for some reason, I like this one better. I don't know, it's weird. But I usually play the arcade one, but this one's got a charm to itself. I like how the guy looks, and I don't know. You'll have to try it. It's been called other things, but here it's Magic Sword. But with arcade stuff, a lot of times they give you different titles and stuff. Okay, I got that person to help. I could just throw this switch here. Just hit this button to kill everybody on the screen. You're dead. Let's rescue you. Got this big guy here. Oh, so one hit kill. That's pretty good. Today I gotta go see my cardiologist. In a couple hours I'm gonna go there, see the cardiologist, and then Thursday, because today's Tuesday, I got today without dialysis. Thursday I get to go see my eye doctor, because I'm literally blind in this eye. I can't see nothing. I think I blew a blood vessel when I was heaving a couple of months ago when I started with all this dialysis problem and everything. Okay, did I? Okay, good. So right now I only have one eye I can see out of. So I'm hoping they can set up an appointment or something to do some laser surgery and clear it up. I'm hoping it's that simple, because if it's not, I'll be blind in one eye. That's just how it's going to be the rest of my life. I hate it, but it's hard looking like this because you see a little bit of color. I see a little bit of color if I do this. It's just a smear. It's like if you ever get Vaseline on your eye, or baby oil if you're cleaning something and you happen to touch your eye, or, you know, whatever. You got grease on your eye from like something. Like the grease sits on your eye because it's, you know, you got water on your eye and it doesn't get in there. I used to do clown shows. I was a clown for many years. Like 20 years I did clowning. And I would do clown shows, and when I would come home to clean my makeup off, I would use baby oil to dissolve the makeup, because I used oil-based makeup. And every now and then, you would get a little oil on the eye, and you would just wipe it, and you would just rinse with hot soapy water, and eventually it would come off, and it would just get off there. But it's like that, but it never goes away. So that's where I am with my eye. I've got enough health problems. I don't need that, because I have trouble seeing. I mean, you only got one eye and you're a diabetic on top of that. That means your vision's compromised as it is. You know, years ago, I had cataract surgery, and it was the best thing I did for my eyes. But now it's like, you know, now it sucks. It's really bad. So I'm hoping. Keep me in prayer if you pray. Keep me in prayer. Hopefully I can get that taken care of. I'm hoping they can say, oh, it'll take a couple of things of laser surgery, but we'll get you back, you know. I know years ago I had hurt my eye by accident. I was moving some picture frames and I hit myself literally in the eye. So it's the same eye, so I'm thinking there might have been some damage. I believe there was, but when I checked with the eye doctor I had then, he was like, well, I'm not too worried about it. It's like, well, I'm glad you're not worried about it. I mean, it's my eye. I'm glad you're okay. As long as you're okay, that's all that matters, right? Forget the patient. Just as long as you're okay with it. You know, whatever. It's totally stupid. But I'll have to be a little more vocal this time and just say, well, look, this needs to be handled here. If you don't want to, give me a referral to somebody who will. So keep me in prayer if you see this video before Thursday. Now, today is Tuesday the 25th. So my appointment is Thursday the 27th. Tomorrow's Wednesday, so yeah. But it's been taking a long time. And it's not even in town here. I gotta go far away to go get this done. I'm not even sure where it is. My wife could tell me, but she's in her office. But I don't know where it is. It's not around here. You know, I'm in Lewiston. It'd be nice. It'd be nice if we had a good eye doctor around here, but nope. Lewiston has nothing. You gotta travel all these places just to get health care. You can thank your government for that. Your government. Your government's the one that does that. It's like, thanks a lot. Now, I should be able to fall in the flames. Yep, he can walk on the fire. Look at that. We didn't start the fire. If I push up, does he jump higher? Yes, he does. Yeah, this is a good game, though. If you have a Super NES or an emulator, let's face it, who has that stuff anymore? Some people do, but just get yourself an emulator. I'm using SNES 9X. And the serial number, or whatever, the model number is 1.63. So, SNES 9X. Version 1.63, and you just download your ROMs. I like it when people say, I can't tell you where to find them. Well, you can find them easily, but I have no problem telling you where to find them. Vim, what is it? Vim something? Vim, V-I-M-M? Just go there. See, I'm not stupid like a lot of these. I can't tell you. Why? What are they going to do? Take your birthday away? These games, you can't even buy them anymore. I couldn't buy this game if I wanted to. Where would I find it? Go to some yard sale and hopefully it's there? Come on. Come on. Let's stop the insanity, huh? Stop the insanity. Look at these gaming companies now. Look what PlayStation's doing. They're boycotting PlayStation this week. PlayStation 5, they're asking people to unplug their PS5. Don't go online. Don't buy anything. And now it's supposedly open-ended, where they don't even want people to buy anything for a while, till PlayStation says, alright, we're not going to make everything digital because we're trying to control you. You'll own nothing and like it, like the World Economic Forum tells you. You'll own nothing and like it. Well, you'll have no money and like it. How about that? They're saying, no disc, no buy. That's usually what I say. No codes, no play, but this is no disc, no buy. But whatever. Back this way? No, okay, there we go. Yeah, so this is a pretty basic game. You go left, you go right, you use your sword, you know, barbarian type thing, but it's cool. And you're ascending this Tower of Babel here. That's what it looks like, right? The Tower of Babel from the Bible. You know, when God confused all the languages and all the languages were made. And if you don't believe that, well, okay, whatever. Believe what you want. You don't have to agree with me. You don't even have to watch the videos. So, like what you want, believe what you want, and I'll believe what I want. You make a video, you make a stand like that, and people want to argue with you. I don't argue with people. I don't respond. Believe what you want. You're an adult. Do what you want. I get impatient with stuff like that, that people just want to pick a fight. It's like, look, I'm not hurting nobody. I believe what I want. You believe what you want. The end. You don't have to agree with the Bible, but unfortunately, if you don't accept Christ, there's only hell to look forward to, so you better think about it. It's like the old saying, there are no atheists in foxholes. People say, I don't believe in God, but when they're on their deathbed, all of a sudden, or when they get older and they see their mortality going away, it's like, yeah, maybe I better think about it. Because hell is long enough. You'll be regretting it for eternity. You better think about your salvation. The day of salvation is at hand, the Bible says. Today is the day of salvation. You know, but whatever. Why should we listen to you? No, you shouldn't. Don't listen to me. Listen to the Bible. I don't believe in the Bible. Okay, that's up to you. I don't believe in God. I believe in a higher power. Okay, go ahead. It's up to you. It's your salvation. It's your life. I don't tell people what to do. I have no right to tell people what to do. Neither do you. Nobody has the right to tell anybody what to do. But you can be right or you can be wrong. You can be dead wrong. You're going to have an eternity to regret it. And it will never end. That's pretty gloomy for a gaming channel. Yeah, I know. Sorry. What do you want? You know? I'm just giving you my opinion. You clicked on this video. Don't blame me. Yeah, I know I don't get a lot of views. Man, you look at some of my videos recently, you get like 2 views, 3 views, and I know one of them's mine because I watched the video to make sure it uploaded correctly. Because I've uploaded videos before and people would message me and saying, there's no audio. You know, they'll watch it and then the audio will just cut out. So I watch my videos after once or twice just to make sure. So a lot of times if you see there's only 1 or 2 views, it's probably me and nobody watched it at all. And people can do what they want. That's fine. I got some poor guys stuck in here. See, I got infinite keys. I put in a code for infinite keys so I can free everybody. And then you get somebody new following you around, but that's fine. Booby trap. I've been dealing with my hiccups all day. I'm going to have to take a muscle relaxant here because I'm suffering. But luckily, we'll be having lunch here in about an hour. It's almost 11. Yeah, I didn't do much this morning. I only talked with my friend Dave online a little bit on Facebook. We usually talk on Facebook so we can see each other, but I have one friend, my friend Spice, who doesn't use Facebook, and I have one friend, Dave, who basically only uses Facebook to communicate with me anyways. Yeah. Make these jumps here. Look at all these coins. Coin, 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 coin. Remember that from Scooby-Doo? That monster walking around. Coin, coin. Yes, I got all the keys. I can just go in where I want. Floor 9. Yeah, I'll be very glad to get my, hopefully, eyesight back. I don't know what they'll be able to do when I'm there. I imagine if they can do something, they'll have to make another appointment. They won't be ready to do laser surgery by walking in. Wouldn't it be funny if they could, though? If they're like, yeah, we can just give you a zap here, and it'll clear up. Maybe I'm worried for nothing, but I want to keep praying about it. I hope the Lord blesses me. It's funny, in the New Testament, the Apostle Paul, he had prayed to the Lord. He had besieged the Lord 3 times because he had what he called a thorn in the flesh. And a lot of scholars believe that it was his eyesight that was the problem because he had written something and he marked down how large he had printed it. And a lot of people theorize because when he was on the road to Damascus, how he had the scales on his eyes because, you know, he was blinded, that his eyesight never came back the way it should. It's just a theory. I don't know how true it is, but the point is he had some ailment, right? That he called a thorn in the flesh, and the Lord told him, my grace is sufficient for thee. So God could tell me, hey, you know, it could be just, this is how it's going to be, dude. You know, and it could be. Could be. I don't know. I just hope I don't lose sight in my other eye. I'm going to be blind. You know, could it be a side effect of diabetes? Yeah, I had an uncle who lost his eyesight. My uncle Albert was blind when I was a child. He was blind. You know, I love Albert. He was a good guy. I remember Albert. I remember one year was his birthday. and I bought him a card, and it was a card, but it was a dog, but he had a spring for a tail. Like there was a picture of the dog with a spring that protruded so you could touch it and flap it around. So I got him that because I wanted something that he could interact with. So he liked it. You know, he couldn't see it, but he could feel the tail. What am I doing? Am I going this way? Am I? Alright, well, I guess I'm going this way. I got nowhere else I can go. Let's just get a little further here. Let's get this sword here. Come on, grab the sword. Yeah, you get that slowdown. When you get a bunch of sprites on the screen at the same time, you get a lot of slowdown. It happens. Okay, you're just luring me back. Let's get going here. Stuff I don't really need. Just a bunch of swords to score. Look at my score. What have I got? 1,055,108. 210, whatever. Okay, let's get this poor guy out of jail here. Out of the prison. What do we got? Little fairies. Collect the fairies. Fairies! Oh, boy. I don't know. Floor 11. Yeah, so Magic Sword is what this is called. Try the MAME version first if you're gonna. And then try the Super NES. I've done these before, but I don't know. Sometimes I can't come up with anything new to play. Not that there isn't enough games. There's thousands of games out there. You can play them, you know, emulate them, whatever. And I've downloaded most of these systems, I mean, and the games. I have a full collection of NES and Super NES and Genesis and Master System. That's one system I don't play that often, honestly, is Master System. I should start doing that. In my whole history of playing video games, I've never really played Master System. I never owned a Master System. I've never owned a cartridge. I owned the Sega Genesis. I didn't even know there was a Master System. Back then, I thought it was just Genesis. I didn't know that Sega had put out a Master System or whatever, you know. I had the Master System. I had the Genesis. I had the Sega Saturn. I had the Dreamcast. I had all that stuff. And Dreamcast was really good. That was basically just an arcade machine anyways. A lot of the games were just stuff that was in the arcades. It had some good stuff. Sometimes I regret getting rid of my old classic systems, but I had no room to hook them all up. Get yourself a computer or get yourself one of those cheap little Chinese knockoff systems with all the ROMs on it. That's what all you need now. I mean, you can even cheat. A lot of times they have a cheat device. You just put in your codes and you're fine. Get an NVIDIA Shield. I mean, I used to play that a lot. The NVIDIA Shield. I still have it. But I've got so many things to play systems that, what do I want to hook up? You know, what's easier, you know? But I love my PC. Maybe I should hook... I have a spare PC. It's an old one. It's Alienware. I could hook that up in the living room and play stuff on there, but I don't want to have to fight with the keyboard in the living room. Of course, there's other things I could put on there, like the front ends and stuff you can put on there. And so I don't know. Maybe someday in the future I will. Who knows? Who knows what I'll do? Who knows? I'm crazy. Who knows what I'll do? Yeah, I'm not feeling that good today because I'm nauseous. I had a little breakfast. I had some cereal. I don't eat much. A lot of times in the morning I wouldn't eat, but I have to eat something before I go to Dallas's because I just get sick sitting there. The nausea, the blood being pumped in and out, and it's the whole, like the drainage, the whole thing stinks. You get that blood with all that garbage in you and stuff because you haven't had it filtered for a day or two. It stinks. I mean, you know, they say it's the drain, obviously, because you got the impurities going out into the sewer. You know, they just pump that garbage out of you, and it stinks. It's like gross. I'll sit there and I'm like, bleh. It's like nausea. Floor 15. Imagine playing this without codes. No way. I would never even attempt this game. But I don't play anything without codes. Even if I don't need the codes, if they're codes, usually I find a way to put them in. I remember when I first got into Skylanders. And I love Skylanders, man. I've got tons of Skylander figures. I got like 3 or 4 totes full of Skylander figures. And when I first played it, I got it for the Switch. Excuse me, the Wii, the original Wii. And I cheated because I had modded my Wii, and there were codes at the time. They've taken them down, but there were codes at the time you could look up. And I cheated when I first played, so I beat it with invincibility. But I don't use that anymore. Because I have so many figures. All you need is infinite men anyways. And when you have a ton of figures, you literally have infinite men. You know, you got like series full of them. Like, if you're playing, say you're playing Imaginators, which is the last one, right? Game 6. You play that, and if you got like hundreds, I've got hundreds of those Skylander figures. And you can use all of them on that game because it's the last game and they're all compatible. So it's like, you know. So I've beaten all the games. Well, that's not much. You have infinite men. Oh, well, that's what the whole gimmick was. Buy a bunch of men and win. That's all it was. It was like DLC that you physically owned. That's what it was. Yeah. I love Skylanders. But I can't really do a video about it because I can't really hook it up to my computer. I don't have a computer that has an HDMI input. And there are workarounds. You can stream it to your computer through the hookup thing through PS4, and you can do it, but then it's a pain in the neck. It's like, I ain't doing all that. I need it easier. I'm not going to fight with that just to stream. I mean, I streamed the first one a while ago, my wife and I, and we did the first one because we did it on an emulator, but there is a way to do it. But again, it's more of a burden to do it. It's like, if you're gonna make it hard, forget it. I just won't stream it. Maybe in the future, if I have a computer that has an HDMI input, that would be good. That way I would just hook my systems through my computer and then I could just stream that way. I would like to do that. But right now, I don't really have that kind of money, and it's not worth it, to make one video. I'm going to go to all that trouble and buy all that software and get my friend Spice to come over and upgrade my computer just to play one game once or twice. That's just a burden. And I don't want to aim the camera at the TV, because then it looks like crap. It's like, nobody wants to see that. And can I get through here? Oh, okay, I can just break that. Now I want to play Skylanders. Might have to put some stuff in the living room, bring up my totes of Skylanders. And I've got totes. A lot of totes of Skylanders. Every now and then I get nostalgic. And I want to play Skylanders. I love the toys, and I love the, you know, the figures and the game, and it's fun. Do I want to go? Let's go in here. Let's just go in here. There's a lot of branching areas you can go, and if you go in the right doors, you can, like, see, look, I'm on floor 19, so I skipped a couple of floors if you get the right key and all that business. Where is he, in hell now? Is he in hell? He's in hell. That's where he is. Oh, I just fell in hell in the flames. Look, he's burning alive. That's what it's going to be like. If you go to there, so accept Christ today. Accept Christ as your Savior. Get to know Him. Go to a nice, fundamental, Bible-believing church. That's what you need to do. That's what you should do. I don't believe that. Okay. gotta beg. No, it's funny. I've been out of school. I graduated high school 38 years ago. 38 years. And a lot of people, when I went to school, I don't believe in that God stuff. Now all of a sudden they're coming around. No, it's because it's been 40 years out of high school and you're starting to worry about dying. Now all of a sudden you want to join the group. Well, I'm glad to have you. Good to have you. But it would have been nice had you joined years ago, but you come along. You know, but that's good. Better late than never, right? People don't like God because God convicts people of sin. He calls out. I'm going to just go here. These blue doors that you go up. He calls sin, sin, and that's why the world hates God. Nobody tells me what to do. Nobody tells me I'm wrong. Okay. Do what you want. Yeah, people want to do what they want, right? But you know one of the first tenets of the Satanic Bible, the Satanic religion, do what thou wilt shall be the whole of the law, it says. Because Satan's an imitator, so he's got his own Bible, right? Do what thou wilt. Do what you want. Yeah, you can do what you want. It don't matter. It does matter. You're supposed to try and be a good person, you know? Care about others. And just worry about yourself. It's kind of preachy for a gaming channel. Yeah, there's a back button. You can click that if you don't like it. I don't care. It's fine. I'd rather lose a subscriber than not say the truth. And that's one good thing about YouTube, though, at least for now. You can say certain things and nobody can stop you, you know, as long as you're proper about it, you know. You're not screaming and hollering and swearing at everybody. But for now, look, when you duck, they duck. Look. See, look. Da-na-na-na-na-na-na-na-na-na. You know, if you're nice about it, you can say pretty much what you want. There are some topics on YouTube that are taboo, like, you know, if somebody were to pass away by their own hand, you can't say the words. I'll say it like that. Because there are some words that are restricted on YouTube. I can't go up there. That are restricted. And probably for the best, you know, I guess. But I'm not going to get into YouTube politics because I don't care. Okay, I can go through there. Good, good. Okay, this is just a maze. All right, let's just keep making our way. Okay, at this point, I don't care about all that. Let's just walk through. So you get that slowdown. When there's a lot of people on the screen, you get that slowdown. Because it can only process so quickly. And it has nothing to do with the emulator or the computer, because the computer's fast enough to run this really fast. But it's just, you know, it's just how it's set up. You know, it wasn't set up to run that fast. Okay, here we go. I'm at the end there. That's pretty good. Yeah, but I'm not feeling good today. I'm really not. I shouldn't be drinking too much. Well, you know, I mean, drinking like water and stuff. I got to cut back a bit because my kidneys, you know, if you drink too much, then they got to take off more the next day you go. And it's a good thing I'm only, you know, I get 2 days off in a row. I get the weekend to myself. And then I get Tuesday. I originally thought it was supposed to be Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. I wish it was. I really do, but it's not. You got to be there Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. Now, some people have done it, but then it becomes 4 hours instead of just 3 hours. And it's like, I can barely sit there 3 hours. I couldn't do 4. I suppose if I had to, I'd be like losing my mind, you know. Tack on those extra 3 hours for on certain days, you know. Divide it out. You still do 12 hours, but you do 4-hour shifts, you know. Say it like that, you know. 4-hour periods. That's a big coin. Yeah, I wouldn't want to play this without codes. No codes, no play. That's my motto. Or Infinite Men, or whatever. I do miss Skylanders. I wish they would bring that back. I wish they would bring it back with the ability to use the Skylanders you already have, you know, for people that have been playing it since 2011 when it first started, you know. The last game should have come out in 2007. That's all, 2017, right? That's when I believe it was supposed to come out, but they just never bothered because they had milked the franchise to death. The parents were tired of buying. Oh, that's my friend. The parents were tired of buying all these figures. Okay, I can walk on this, right? Yeah, I can walk through it. Okay, come on, you eggheads. Just to, you know, they oversaturated the market with all these figures. The too many toys. They put out hundreds and hundreds of these toys. It's like enough's enough. Parents were tired of it. Okay, I'm gonna just skip here. Let's just go up this way. I don't know how many floors there are. I think there's like 100 floors. It's like I'm not gonna play this much longer. I'm only on floor 24. I'll play just a couple more minutes and then I'm gonna be done. Not that I'm not enjoying it. It's just, you know, I don't want this video. The video's what? 31 minutes. Oh wow, I'm already up to 31 minutes. Yeah, that's long enough. Let's beat this. There's gonna be a guy here, right? Yeah. Welcome to your doom. Well, welcome, mortal man. It's kind of... I can't read all that. It's too quick. Got one eye, can't see. Yeah. My sons are hungry. Okay, well, go to McDonald's. Okay, let's just do this here. Alright, where are we? There we go. One hit kill. Dead. Okay, I'm gonna go back this way. Alright. Alright. You got a flame sword. Flamin'? That's not the end of the game, though, is it? Yeah, is it? Can't be. Okay, skip all this. Keep going. Be funny if that was the end of the game, but I don't believe it is. No, there's more. Okay, that does it for me. I'm pretty much done. Now I've babbled long enough, 32 minutes here, so I'm going to let y'all go. Thanks for watching, if you watched the whole way. Subscribe, all that good stuff. And I'll talk to you later. Bye, kids.